Good morning everyone, how you doing? It's Paul here from Unusual Things. Now this morning we're in Archangel, St Michael Archangel Church, which is also known as Penhurst Parish Church. And we come here today to find the grave of Harry H. Corbett, who of course was one half of Steptoe and Son. Now if you haven't seen Steptoe and Son, Harry was the son out of the two of them. There's Wilfrid Brambell as well, who was the older man, but he sadly is no longer with us as well, and he was cremated, so I won't be able to find his headstone. But Harry H. Corbett, very, very funny man. I'll tell you a little bit about him.
You're right! He got his socks on! You dirty old me! I can see your bum!
Harry H. Corbett OBE, 28th of February 1925 until the 21st of March 1982, was an English actor and comedian, best remembered for playing rag and bone man Harold Steptoe, alongside Wilfrid Brambell in the long-running BBC television sitcom Steptoe and Son. Look at that. Corbett was the youngest of 7 children and was born in Rangoon, Burma, where his father, George Corbett, was serving as a company quartermaster sergeant. Corbett was sent to Britain after his mother, Caroline Emily, nee Barnsley, died of dysentery when he was just 18 months old. He was then brought up by his aunt, Annie. Corbett enlisted in the Royal Marines during the Second World War and served in the Home Fleet on the cruiser HMS Devonshire after VJ Day in 1945. He was posted to the Far East, where he was involved in unrest in New Guinea and reportedly killed 2 Japanese soldiers whilst he was there in hand-to-hand combat. He was then posted to Tonga and remained in Australia before handing himself into military police. His military service left him with damaged bladder following an infection and a red mark on his eye caused by a form which was not treated until later in his life. In 1962, scriptwriters Galton and Simpson, who had been successful with Hancock's Half Hour, invited Corbett to appear in The Offer, an episode of the BBC's anthology series of one-off comedy plays, written by Galton and Simpson. He played Harold Steptoe, a rag and bone man, in a dilapidated house attached to their junkyard and stable for their cart horse Hercules. At the time, Corbett was working at the Bristol Old Vic, where he appeared as Macbeth. The programme was a success and a full series followed, continuing with breaks until 1974, when the Christmas special became final episode. Although the popularity of Steptoe and Son made Corbett a star, it damaged his serious acting career as he became irreversibly associated with Steptoe in the public eye. As a result, a severe typecasting forced him to come back to the role of Harold Steptoe over and over again. Before the series began, Corbett played Shakespeare, Richard II, to great acclaim. However, when he played Hamlet in 1970, he felt both critics and audiences alike were not taking him seriously and could only see him as Steptoe. Now, Corbett found himself receiving offers only for Bawdley comedies or loose parodies of Steptoe. Production of the sitcom was stressful, and in the last few years, as Brambell was an alcoholic, often ill-prepared for rehearsals and forgetting his lines all the time and movements, a tour of Steptoe and Son stage show production in Australia in 1977 proved a disaster due to Brambell's drinking. Now, during the tour, the pair appeared in character in an advert for AX soap powder. Beautiful little place. The television episodes were remade for radio, often with the original cast. It is these that were made available on cassette and CD after the series of Steptoe and Son officially finished. Corbett and Brambell played the characters again on radio in a newly written sketch show to tie in with South Scottish team's participation in the 1978 World Cup, as well as in a television commercial for Kenco Coffee. The two men reunited in January 1981 for one final performance as Steptoe and Son in a further commercial for Kenco. The Curse of Steptoe and Son BBC television play and Corbett and Brambell was broadcast on the 19th of March 2008 on the British television channel BBC4, featuring Jason Isaacs as Corbett. The first broadcast gained the channel its highest audience figures to that date, based on overnight returns. Look at these little fellas. Just grazing away through life. She's got some little baby sheep out there as well. I know they're called lambs. Just testing your knowledge. Steptoe and Son led Corbett to comedy films such as James Ryder in Ladies Who Do, 1963, with Ronnie Barker in The Bargee, 1964, written by Galton and Simpson, Carry On Screamin', 1966, the lust segment of The Magnificent Seven Deadly Sins, 1971, and Terry Gilliam's Jabberwocky, 1977. There were two Steptoe and Son films, Steptoe and Son in 1972 and Steptoe and Son Ride Again in 1973. In 1966, he appeared as a narrator in 4 episodes of the BBC children's television series Jackanory. He has also had a leading role in other television series, Mr H, written especially for him in 1967, and Grundy, 1980. Corbett had a supporting role in the David Essex film Silver Dream Racer in 1980, and also appeared in the film Hardcore, 1977. In addition, he had a supporting role in Potter, 1980, with Arthur Lowe, which was on the BBC. Now, Corbett married twice, first to the actress Sheila Stifel from 1958 to 1964, and then to actress Maureen Blott, stage name Crombie, from 1969 to 1982, with whom he had 2 children, Jonathan and Susanna. Susanna is an actress and an author and has written a biography of her father, Harry H. Corbett, The Front Legs of the Crow, which was published in March 2012. Stifel published her autobiography When Harry Met Sheila in 2010. A heavy smoker all his adult life, Corbett had his first heart attack in September 1979. According to his daughter, he smoked 60 cigarettes a day. Wow. Until the heart attack, after which he cut down to 20. There you go. He appeared in pantomime at the Churchill Theatre, Bromley, within 2 days of leaving hospital. He was then badly hurt in a car accident. He appeared shortly afterwards in the BBC detective series Shoestring, in which his facial injuries were really obvious and you could see them on the screen. Corbett's final role was in an episode of Tales of the Unexpected, enlisted The Moles, filmed shortly before his death. It was broadcast 2 months later in May 1982. Corbett died of a heart attack on the 21st of March 1982 in Hastings, East Sussex. He was 57 years old. He is buried in the graveyard of St Michael, the Archangel Church at Penhurst, East Sussex. The headstone inscription chosen by his wife Maureen reads, "The earth can have but earth, which is the due. My spirits is thine, the better of me." From William Shakespeare's Sonnet 74. Maureen was buried alongside him in 1999. Corbett is commemorated in the name of the Corbett Theatre at the East 15 Acting School at Loughton. Okay, so I've been walking around this little churchyard long enough now, and do you know what? I think I found it. Ow! This ground is so uneven, I'm sure I'm going to go for a head over, you know what, in a minute. Oh God, my feet are wet, man. I think this is it. Yeah, look, Harry H. Corbett OBE, actor, 1925 to 1982. Maureen Corbett, actress, 1943 to 1999. This bit is really hard to read, it's really gone away, but I did read it to you earlier on. But it's a tough one to read, it's just so dirty, it needs a good clean. So there we have it. Harry H. Corbett's grave. I used to love Steptoe and Son. I thought it was a brilliant show. It's really, really funny. And he was really funny as well. The chemistry between them. I know they probably didn't have the best relationship off screen, but just hearing him go, "You dirty old man." Just hilarious. If you've never watched Steptoe and Son, if you're one of the overseas viewers and you've never seen it, it's good old sort of 70s, 80s comedy at its best. It really is 70s comedy at its best. Definitely worth going to watch. And yeah, Harry H. Corbett. Brilliant. And also in Carry On Screaming as well. What a great film that is, 1966. Love that film. If you like the Carry On films and you like your horror, like me, then hopefully you'll like Carry On Screaming. Brilliant film. Anyway, thank you, Harry. You've brought me many, many, many years of laughter. I still watch Steptoe and Son now when it's on TV. I really do. And yeah, good man, good man. So there we have it, guys and girls. Another one in St Michael's Archangel churchyard. It's a nice little churchyard. It really is. It's tiny, but it's nice. Got wet feet though, because it's wet. And I've got trainers on. Anyway, don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Leave a comment down below for me if you want to say anything about the video at all. Yes, I know, look, I forgot to mention one of my two favourite horror films, this and the original Dawn of the Dead. This is the original Halloween, 1978. John Carpenter's Halloween. Yes. So you should always close gates when you leave churches, cemeteries and fields. I have to put the heater on in my car for my wet feet. Anyway, I think we'll leave St Michael's now. We'll let the birds carry on in the trees, and we'll let the sun shine, even though it's quite cold still. This is just peace at its best. It really is. It's amazing. I love it. Look at that house. Imagine living there. Beautiful. You've got a little pond or something down there as well. Wow, amazing. Anyway, another one done. See you all real soon. Take it easy.